Since the dawn of time, 2011, with the release of Kingdom Rush, there were 4 different tower types: artillery, archer, mages, and barracks. And once you upgrade one of these towers to the 4th level, the player is given the option between 2 different upgrade paths. Don't get me wrong, at the time, this was an exciting way for the towers to upgrade. But since then, we've had 3 other Kingdom Rush tower defense games. 2 of those games followed the format created by the original one, and the 3rd tried to change things up, but went the complete wrong direction. At the end of the day, Kingdom Rush is a strategy game, okay? And what do strategy games need? You guessed it. Choices. They need choices. Players have to make decisions about how they want to progress towards their goal, okay? And the most complex strategy games have multiple different ways that players can move forward. See, the more choices a player has, the more opportunity they have to play the game how they want to play it. See, eventually the style of upgrade, get a choice, then keep on upgrading, got a little stale. And I think Ironhide knew it. People were ready for something new. We wanted new towers, new strategies, new ways to play. Then Kingdom Rush Vengeance came out. Now instead of the 4 core towers and the 2 upgrade paths, we have a bunch of standalone towers with only 1 upgrade path to follow. And before going into a level, you choose 5 of these towers that you want to take with you and use. But this just takes even more choice away from the player. Yeah, there's more towers, but you can only use 5 of them at once, and upgrading really doesn't offer choices to the player that much. Also, choosing your towers before going into a level kind of encourages less exploration. Most of the time, I find myself picking towers that I'm most familiar with and know I like to use. With Vengeance's tower system, it feels like most of the decisions are made before the round even starts. The most freedom and choice you have in this game is placing down your towers at the beginning of the round. And from there, in a way, you kind of just keep dumping money into the towers to make them do more damage. Of course, you're going to be placing additional towers throughout the games and choosing which upgrades you want to go with. Even so, your main strategy and main defense has kind of already been decided at that point. So clearly, adding more towers isn't necessarily the solution to this problem, especially when you're taking away player agency to do it. Not to mention, over half of the towers are locked behind a paywall if you want to use them in the app version of the game. With all this being said, I propose we change things up. Reinvent what it means to be a Kingdom Rush tower. Give the players more options. Let's create an upgrade system that allows players to explore many different strategies and create their own solutions. Here's what I propose. First of all, make the stages bigger. Let's have more complex level design and multiple paths. And when I say multiple paths, I don't mean multiple exits. I don't know about you, but I find that levels with multiple exits just kind of feel tiring and annoying. And these new levels are also going to have a bunch of different placement locations. In fact, maybe the game is played on a grid system instead of just designated tower locations. So you can place your tower wherever you want to adjacent to the path. Or we could just go like full junk world with it and you can place the tower wherever you want on the map. But that feels a little Bloons tower defense to me. Now, when you select the location of your tower, you are given 5 different options: magic, tech, nature, ranger, and barracks. You get to select one of these tower types. And when you upgrade your tower, you can choose to upgrade in that same tower type, or you can choose to multi-class. For example, I could place down a magic tower and then choose to upgrade it in the magic type once again, which maybe would increase the damage and the splash range. But if I decide to multi-class in a different type, like say for example ranger, the tower now becomes sort of a hybrid wizard ranger tower that shoots in a larger radius and shoots faster magical arrows. And the design of the tower would reflect this change as well. And just so you know, with my idea, it doesn't really matter which one you upgrade first. For example, a wizard ranger is going to be the same as a ranger wizard. You can continue to upgrade your multi-class tower, choosing if you wanted the magic upgrade or the ranger upgrade, and the stats would change accordingly. You can upgrade your tower 5 times in any category you would like. So you could, for example, put all of your upgrades into one type and make the best archer on the map, with a massive range and high speeds. Or you could put one upgrade point in each one of the tower types and make a jack-of-all-trades defender. And depending on what points you have spec'd into what categories, you unlock special abilities. For example, if you have 2 points in the Ranger upgrade, you unlock the Headshot ability, which, if bought, gives a 5% chance to insta-kill enemies. So maybe the player creates like a Barracks Ranger tower that has the Headshot ability, and the units run around with bows insta-killing enemy troops. And some of these abilities require a special combination of upgrades. For example, if you have 2 points in Magic and 2 points in Nature, you unlock the Spirit of the Forest upgrade, which causes a Phantom Eagle to appear every few seconds, clawing at enemies and throwing them back up the path. Look at all the potential for creative ideas for the devs and cool strategies for the players. But there's one more thing, okay? Charms. Each tower on the map has 1 slot for charms, regardless of its upgrades. And there are a bunch of different charms that do a bunch of different things. For example, a tower could do 15% more damage, or all the ranged attacks from a tower now deal fire damage, or the tower emits a beacon of healing for friendly troops, or the rallying range of the tower is doubled, or the range in general for the tower is doubled, or the critical hit chance is doubled, and on and on. One part I haven't completely decided upon is how the player unlocks these charms. Maybe they purchase them with the stars they get for beating levels, or maybe they unlock them as the story progresses, or maybe you just get them from completing achievements. None of the charm upgrades are going to be super game-breaking, they just offer more interesting combos and strategies. Oh yeah, and one more small thing. The towers are gonna have target prioritization. I'm talking having the tower attack the first enemy, or attack the strongest enemy, or attack groups of enemies. It would just be nice to have a way to fine-tune strategies so there isn't as much damage fall off. Okay, now let's talk some logistics. Obviously, we cannot expect each and every tower to look completely unique and have their own animations and what have you. If there are 5 different tower types and 5 times we get to upgrade, and we put those numbers into the old combination function, we can calculate that there would be approximately 126 unique level 5 tower combinations. Not to mention the non-fully upgraded tower combinations, which brings the figure to around 200. But maybe the designs are just slightly tweaked in different directions based on the upgrades. Or it could be even simpler, where you just have little indicators on the towers that show what areas it's been spec'd in. We may have to sacrifice the look for the function of these towers, but personally, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Also, in terms of balancing the towers and the charms and how much everything costs and how much damage stuff does and how much health stuff has, that'll be difficult. But hey, I'm not here to figure out all the semantics. I'm just here to get the gears turning, okay? This type of tower structure is so exciting to me. It gives so many opportunities for different strategies. You could go on YouTube and see towers you have never even thought of before. Or you could discover new ways to use your charms and your upgrades to beat a level that maybe even the developers didn't think about. Freedom is given back to the player in such a big way. Let me know if you like my tower concept. Oh, and comment any cool combinations of towers or abilities you think of, because I think that'd be really fun to read. Listen, Ironhide, you don't have to do the entire idea, you know? Maybe there's just some elements from it that are inspiring that you could put in a future game. Or, you know, you could take the idea, run with it, make a bunch of cool ideas, and choose a bunch of abilities and make charms. It'd be super awesome and so many different possibilities. Or you could, you know, make another game with a bunch of DLC. You could do that too. Or you could do this. Or you could do that and take more choices away from players. But please do this. Please do it. Please do it. Please. It would be so much fun. Please do it. Please. Okay, bye.